Before we begin, imagine the Mediterranean at night, a black mirror ringed by cities that trade, spy, and threaten. Rome believes the Western Sea is becoming its private lake. Carthage, defeated but not domesticated, refuses to accept that future, and in that tension, a boy is turned into a commander. If you stay with me, you won't just hear facts about Hannibal Barca. You'll march with him, feel the cold river water around your calves, watch mist swallow an army, and learn how terrain can be as sharp as steel. I'll ask you questions along the way because this story works best when you and I walk through it together. One quick channel note: if this kind of documentary storytelling is your thing, subscribe and like the video. It's the simplest way to support more episodes, and I genuinely want to keep making these with you. Chapter 1. Carthage and the Oath. Hannibal Barca was a Carthaginian general of the late 3rd century BCE, famous for bringing war to Italy and nearly breaking Rome. Carthage was not a land empire like Rome. It was a maritime power ports, shipyards, trade routes, and money. After losing the First Punic War, Carthage paid heavy reparations and lost key islands. Rome gained confidence. Carthage gained bitterness. Hannibal's father, Hannibal Barca, rebuilt Carthaginian strength in Iberia. Ancient writers describe a scene that feels almost cinematic. Hamilcar takes young Hannibal to an altar and makes him swear never to be Rome's friend. Put yourself there. Stone under your hand, incense in the air, adults speaking like judges. Would you understand the politics, or would you just feel that your life has been claimed by a larger will? Chapter 2. Iberia, Silva, Tribes, and a Frontier Education. In Iberia, Hannibal grew up where maps lie, rivers change with seasons, mountains hide paths, and alliances can flip overnight. Carthage needed Iberian silver to fund armies. Hannibal learned that war is logistics, food, pack animals, hostages, and timing. He also learned cultural warfare, how to intimidate without constant fighting, how to reward loyalty, and how to punish betrayal fast enough to be remembered. The immediate cause of the Second Punic War was Saguntum, a city tied to Rome, but located in a zone Carthage considered its own. Hannibal besieged it with methodical brutality. When Saguntum fell, Rome declared war. Rome expected a sea conflict. Hannibal chose the unexpected, an overland invasion of Italy. Chapter 3. The March Pyrenees, Rhone, and the Alps now walk with him. First, the Pyrenees. Tough passes, ambushes, and the constant problem of desertion as the army moves farther from home. Hannibal leaves garrisons behind, thinning his main force to secure his rear. Then the Rhone River in southern Gaul, broad, fast, and watched by hostile tribes. Hannibal uses a classic maneuver: cross the main force while a detachment crosses upstream, then hits the opposition from behind. The river becomes not just an obstacle, but a tool. And then the Alps. Even today they feel like a wall. In antiquity, they were a nightmare. Narrow paths, rock falls, early snow, and enemy attacks from above. The elephants weren't a mythic decoration. They were a moving supply crisis. They needed fodder, water, calm handlers, and space on cliffside tracks. Hannibal lost men and animals, but he gained something intangible: survivors who believed they could endure anything. Imagine being there at dawn, lungs burning in thin air, hearing ice crack underfoot. Would you hate your commander, or would the very impossibility of the route convince you he must be extraordinary? Chapter 4. Northern Italy turning geography into a weapon. Descending into the Po Valley, Hannibal entered a landscape built for maneuver, flat farmland, rivers like the Trebia, and plenty of space for cavalry. He also entered Rome's alliance system. His strategic goal was not only to win battles, but to make Italian communities doubt Rome's protection. At the Trebia River, 218 BCE, Hannibal exploited weather and fatigue. He provoked the Roman consul Sempronius into attacking on a freezing morning. Roman troops waded through icy water before fighting. Hannibal's cavalry and light infantry shaped the chaos, while an ambush force under his brother Mago struck the Roman rear. It was a lesson. Conditions matter and impatience kills. Chapter 5. Lake Trasimene, the ambush as a map. Next, Lake Trasimene, 217 BCE. Picture a road squeezed between hills and water with morning fog hiding distance. Hannibal concealed troops along the slopes and blocked the far end. When the Roman army entered the narrow corridor, the trap closed. The lake denied escape. The hills delivered surprise. This is battlefield design. You don't just fight on terrain, you choreograph it. After this victory, people often ask why Hannibal didn't march straight on Rome. Here's the hard, practical answer. Taking a fortified city is slow, expensive, and dangerous when you are deep in enemy territory. Hannibal needed allies, supplies, and time. He tried to fracture Rome's coalition instead. Chapter 6. Cannae the double envelopment, then comes Cannae, 216 BCE, on the plains of Apulia, near the Aufidus River, a place of heat and dust. Rome assembled an enormous army, aiming to crush Hannibal by weight. Hannibal accepted the pressure and built a trap from his own formation. He placed lighter infantry in the center in a forward curve, with stronger troops on the flanks. As Romans pushed the center back, Hannibal's middle retreated deliberately, turning the curve into a pocket. Meanwhile, his cavalry, especially the fast Numidian horse, won the mounted fight and swung behind the Romans. The flanks closed inward. The pocket became a ring. The ring tightened. Double envelopment, not chaos, but geometry. Close your eyes and imagine the sound inside that ring. Shields scraping, men shouting for space that doesn't exist, heat rising because bodies are packed too tight to breathe. Would you still think numbers guarantee victory? Chapter 7. Rome learns Fabius and the War of Supply. Rome survived Cannae by doing something stubborn and strategic, refusing to negotiate. It raised new armies and shifted approach. Under Fabius Maximus, Rome avoided decisive battles, shadowed Hannibal, burned crops, cut foraging, and forced him into a war of endurance. This is the part movies skip, but it's the core of grand strategy. Hannibal could win a day. Rome could replace a year. Hannibal remained dangerous maneuvering, threatening cities, encouraging defections, but reinforcements from Carthage were limited and inconsistent. His multinational army had to be fed in hostile territory. Every winter was a logistical exam. One detail that often gets overlooked is intelligence. Hannibal's edge wasn't only courage or numbers, it was information. He used scouts, local guides, and cavalry screens to see first and move first. Many Roman columns marched half-blind, and Hannibal would appear where he wanted, on a ridge, in a defile, behind a river bend already arranged for impact. He also practiced political warfare at street level, promises to local elites, protection for defectors, and selective mercy designed to make Rome's allies ask a dangerous question. Why bleed for Rome if Rome cannot protect us? After Cannae, when Capua defected, and later when parts of southern Italy wavered, Hannibal tried to turn each new ally into a message. Geography shaped the later years too. Hannibal was strongest where he could maneuver southern Italy's hills, plains, and road networks. Yet he struggled to crack Rome's fortified strongpoints without heavy siege equipment and a steady pipeline of reinforcements. Rome treated the sea like a highway again, shifting troops and grain in ways Hannibal couldn't easily disrupt. And when Hannibal's brother Hasdrubal attempted to march from Iberia into Italy with a relief army, Rome intercepted him at the Rhone River in 207 BCE and destroyed that force. Hannibal learned the news late, and the strategic meaning was brutal. The war in Italy would remain his burden alone. Chapter 8. The Endgame Scipio, Africa, Zama. While Hannibal was contained in Italy, Rome attacked Carthage's base in Iberia. A new Roman commander, Publius Cornelius Scipio, learned from Hannibal's methods: speed, intelligence, and alliance-making. Scipio carried the war to North Africa, forcing Carthage to recall Hannibal. The final battle, Zama, 202 BCE, was fought on open ground. Hannibal used elephants again, but Scipio prepared lanes for them to run through, reducing their shock effect. Cavalry decided the day, and Hannibal, once the master of envelopment, was struck by the same logic: pressure, isolation, collapse. Chapter 9. Who he was and why he still matters. Hannibal Barca was not just a brilliant tactician. He was a strategist who treated geography as a partner. Rivers became traps, fog became camouflage, mountains became a psychological forge. He led diverse peoples with discipline and persuasion, and he showed Rome the cost of complacency. But he also faced a structural problem. Rome's manpower and political system could absorb catastrophe and return. Hannibal's victories could shake Rome's confidence. They could not easily erase Rome's capacity to regenerate. So, if you ask, who was Hannibal? I'd answer, he was the man who proved Rome could bleed and who forced Rome to reinvent itself to survive. And if you were beside him, watching Italian fields stretch to the horizon after the Alps, would you feel you were witnessing the fall of an empire or the birth of an even harder one? If you enjoyed this walk through Hannibal's world, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It tells the algorithm that you want more serious, story-driven history. And leave a comment with the next figure you want to travel with. I'll meet you there.